lineup. Really no one can deal with him. The mid lane should be fairly good for him. Zeus is probably the better choice than the Amber, just because she's a ranged hero. She doesn't necessarily be very close, but at the same time, a Huskar is more than willing to just stay on her side of the high ground and zone her out with burner spears. It's going to come down to how early Keen Gaming are, or how capable they are of dealing with the Huskar, because more often than not, I see people leave Paparazzi terribly alone, and that's a huge mistake. But at the same time, letting an Ori Huskar run rampant would also be a massive mistake, so Keen Gaming really need to know how to spread out the resources to take care of these two cores.
Yeah, Paparazzi will come over bottom. Kaka trying to disturb this bottom boundary rune area. This Paparazzi just hitting away, but eats the impale, eats a little bit of damage, not too bad. And over top, I was able to grab down rune as well as Yang, so they get 3 of the 4 to start this off. And it will be the Huskar against this Medusa. But right now, Kaka coming over towards mid to disrupt this matchup. They spot him though with this ward.
I think this is a good idea. I don't know how long he'll stay here, but I think it's good. It's so much base reach that he can gladly trade like this, and Shaman will join the party.
Brings back the days of the baby staying mid, but immediately Shaman goes back towards bottom. Kaka stays. So Ori needs to be a little bit careful with Kaka staying in the mid lane here with Yi.
That's great. Even if he goes back, part of the reason may be because, you know, Herald's always going to use Metal for Wave. What is the next assassin really going to do in that situation? So might as well go mid and help out from it early on. Also, if he wants to stick around even after TV's meta ends, I think it's absolutely worth it. Look at this Ori Huskar getting so heavily zoned out. Granted, he did go Berserker's Blood at 1, which is weird. I usually either see Inner Fire or Burning Spear always. Obviously, Inner Fire is great because you can disarm the enemy mid, prevent them from getting last hits. Burning Spear for the brass. Taking Berserker Blood at 1 is so strange, and it's not really helping him very much, I don't think.
Now he finally goes into the Burning Spears. Meanwhile, the Abaddon had denied himself, as an Abaddon does.
That's going to be happening plenty. Look, he's not even TPing to the lane, because he's like, I am full HP, he doesn't need me that urgently. I can just coil on myself afterwards.
They really such an interesting play with the Abaddon, just using that miscoil the way he does. Kaka coming back, trying to land this impale, especially with the Mystic Snake hitting. Ori has been a little uncomfortable in this mid lane, only 5 into the for the Medusa, but again, sharing that experience for Yi and the necessity of Kaka. And we'll come back with a haste. I think he's gone, he's gonna come right back.
They could get a kill. Mystic Snake is... oh, doesn't land on him.
Doesn't bounce right away, but they have damage. They look for the kill, they won't find it. Fade meanwhile bottom, getting the Underlord. And they're unable to get the kill over mid as First Blood falls bottom.
Wow, they kill him with a meta. He must have been pretty low. And obviously Shackles, but still. Fade does have early boots, so it's possible that he didn't expect Shaman to come into range with Shackles so easily. And now top
DY in trouble. As the fire shield is placed on DY, trying to run, so it's
no, he didn't go for it.
Damage. And he has the fire shield, he definitely gone in there and get a kill on DY. Meanwhile, the terribly low 11 eating these metamorphosis shots, and Fade a couple more right clicks and would get the kill, but the impale is there from Kaka, who's rotated bottom to save his life. Or as he's trying to get the ether shot. It's only level 1 and will be enough damage. 3 gens enough mana.
Sunderland's gonna go this time, surprise. It's also chicken taking quite a bit of right clicks, but it's all good. Dark is getting ready to commit Sudoku, so it's all good. Old Chicken's back to 100% HP. DY like maybe I can get a right click before he dies himself.
Now we're purifying flames. The worst thing in the world, but searing chains. Fortune's End. Miscoil comes out onto DY. The chief is on for Old Chicken onto the high ground. And he's just getting chased, and nobody really here to help. Dark actually takes the kill. and then
Gets
gives
through.
his life to old chicken.
They
Such a
could go
ridiculous
Ori,
play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
but it's entirely dependent on a Mystic Snake landing.
Yeah, Kako weighing in wait on this mid lane, and then Mystic Snake does come around. So brings him down to about
Nice
half health. The
blocking.
body block with the invis. Ori just unable to get away. Eventually will fall to Yi after the impale lands from the Nyx Assassin, and does a very good job of just body blocking that Scar, keeping it in range of the Medusa, and getting that kill ultimately.
I'm thrilled with the way that Kaka's playing this. He's spending just the right amount of time in and out of lane that the Huskar's like, okay, he's gone now, I can come back. And he comes back and it's like, great, well, now I need to leave again. So he's letting his Medusa get level. It's like Medusa's only maybe half level behind Huskar. Despite it seeming like the Nyx Assassin is constantly babysitting there. And that's sign of like a really, really strong support.
Over top, Yang trying to run away, but the coil, it takes his own life, but it gets kill in the end. Full deny with it, and also getting the kill onto the Brewmaster.
He protect, but he also attack.
The perfect meme for Abaddon right now.
Dire are scanning.
Oh my. Dark backing off. Kaka, yeah, he's just staying nearby this mid lane. Staying nearby the Medusa, really. Like you said, kind of being that sentinel for Yi. Just cleaning up this stack.
Asford's old 11 has to defend for himself, but I think it's the right idea. Medusa's going to be able to deal with Terra once, the game gets later and later. She cannot deal with the Huskar, so you're better off putting your resources into shutting down the Huskar, shutting down the Terra. It's just, again, it's paparazzi too late. And at time and again at Dream League, people were like, yeah, we can deal with the Terra Blade, it's not a big of a deal, and paparazzi will just get way too big, way too fast.
We'll have to see if we see that in the game. Has not spent that 6 point yet. Usually you hold on to it just in case you get into trouble and you can use that thunder.
Yeah, he can transition to the jungle if he wants to give his shaman a quick level 6, but I think he's enjoying this free lane way too much, so no real rush.
49-13, 7 minutes in. Sitting top of the net worth by 600 gold over the Medusa, who's doing okay, and Shrine's up. Cleaning up a couple of stacks that have been made by her support, so you enjoying the free farm that is in here in the jungle. Nobody getting too aggressive from Vici to invade or put vision down over there. So very safe
Now
in her own jungle.
be in a little bit of trouble. Purges off the chains, but
He's gonna go for it this time. He gets the sleight of fist, had the aphotic shield, the TP over from Fade. With the missed coil from Dark, old chicken sitting here constantly with like 66% health. And was able to go under that tower. He had the aphotic shield just in case, but sleight of fist to get the kill. (42) in favor of Keen Gaming. And like you said, despite giving this easy lane to Paparazzi, the Sunder, and then the kill. With DOI coming over with the Fortune's End, so Paparazzi, he welcomes the Underlord back with open arms.
What's under? He was getting so low from the Firestorm, and 11 was like, oh nice, this Nyx Assassin. Ends up denying himself to Ancient stack as DY trying to get some vision down. Hoping he can find out what Medusa's up to, and Underlord is going to spot it. But DY should be able to get out. There's 0 points of Pit of Malice.
Question is, does he know where he warded, too?
Yeah, I mean, usually you're pretty safe just putting the sentry right on the shrine, and if he does, then he won't catch the Zerber, so we'll see where they won't do it. Although Medusa might be in trouble mid, as Shaman so close so far.
Usually very hard early on from those catches as a Shaman.
Oh, and they do
last
find
game,
the ward in the jungle.
they took it out very quickly, too.
Although another one did get posted up, but still, they get the more important one.
Ward plays there, and Dark places a ward
Yo,
zone.
where's Kaka's impale stacks at? What is this chaining? What is this leashing away the ancients? We have raised the bar for Nyx Assassin supporting. Roger has raised the bar. Kaka needs to step it up. Impale stacks only.
He's got the stack. He did impel the creeps. He's got it close. He's got a triple stack here for the ancients. This Medusa's gonna be happy. That's for sure. Is it come to the point where Vici are gonna have to contest, figure out like that they've got these ancient stacks and you contest the Medusa?
Especially with the Terrorblade, who's more than capable of doing so. I'm sure the next time meta's up, which is in 40 seconds, they have to do something. Because even though they don't have the vision of it, they did, whenever Oracle was going on the warding mission, he saw the stacks. So they're well aware of what's happening. And they also have the vague idea that Medusa can't really take it at this stage. She just has 2 Wraith Bands. She can't really do it solo. It's absolutely in their best interest to contest it.
Fortune's in on the next, but nothing to follow that up. Yang. He's got the Primal Split, so these tools are becoming available here for Vici. Only level 4 for the Shadow Shaman. You know, it's, like I was saying, hard to get the shackles when you don't have that Aether Lens and you don't have that extra 125 cast range. We saw that last game from the Nyx Assassin, or from the Shadow Shaman. Despite losing, to be able to hex from that far and shackle from that far in a game like this, where you've got the Terrorblade who can hit from this basically the same distance, is going to be a nice combination.
And they're looking at this Ancient being taken, but it looks like they're going to go for mid instead. Meta is up. It's just that, oh, Dark's not level 6 yet, so this should be fine. It's kind of fast, though. Oh, and he gets the deny.
Gets the deny.
I'm surprised that they're opting to push instead of contesting this Medusa. I mean, they see her. They see her doing this. And she's kind of low. Granted, she is underneath her shrine, so, you know, people can TP to help her. But, I don't know, like, they can't even take the tower very fast. Paparazzi's not willing to spend meta. And now he does. Wants to Sunder.
Yeah, Sunder's a little chicken. He just had to be a little bit careful just in case. We get the tower over and map a little bit more for Vici on the dire side.
Yeah, and he immediately TP's
transition to top. Yeah, transition to top tier 1.
Ultimately, I wanted him to take 2 objectives with a Metamorphosis transformation. And my idea was take the Ancients from the Medusa and then take mid tower. He's doing mid tower and then top tower. That's fine. He knows that everyone TP to defend the mid tower. Yang has his Primal Split available, so no one's going to contest this. And yeah, 2 quick objectives taken by Paparazzi.
Using that Metamorphosis well. Still has it to farm a little bit. He's up 1,400 net worth on the Medusa, despite Medusa getting that triple stack in the Ancients. His farm has been stellar, to say the least. 116 and 14.
And he's not stealing it from other people as well. Like, Fade was able to get a solo lane. He's hit level 6 on his Shadow Shaman. Oracle is getting a solo lane. He's about to hit level 6 and have access to False Promise. So, this is vintage Paparazzi movement.
Yeah, by getting that False Promise for the Oracle, I feel a little bit more comfortable to use Ori's tools at the moment on this Huskar, as we've seen him be very quiet, which is a bit surprising. Ori's a bit of a show, a showmaker with his mids. Yeah,
he has the armor, so he's ready to go in, but I guess it just goes down to how well that Paparazzi's farming that he doesn't feel the need to create a bunch of space. Although he is going bot to TP to save this Oracle.
Yeah, hoping to save the Oracle, who is level 6. He's got the False Promise, and we'll get the Emperor to just Remnant away. But he throws a Remnant by the tower, maybe looking to go back in. And they have Vendetta, so they might be looking to use that.
Dangerous. Oracle is level 6, and they know that. And there's no situation in which you don't take False Promise at level 6 on an Oracle, so going on a Huskar is a very, very dangerous proposition. Even if they do have Vendetta available for the break.
Especially near the tower.
No, that smoke's not happening.
Immediately stopped by that Nyx. It was broken on the Oracle, but still there for the Huskar. But it looks like Ori's just going to stay over towards, in this bottom lane.
Oh, this Shaman is about to enter the danger zone.
Might be okay, or definitely not.
Him? Oh, well, I guess they
throw it on the Serpent Wards. And Yang is here, but nobody's sticking around close to the Serpent Wards for it to matter. And, you know, triple Remnant, they get the kill on the Shadow Shaman.
I mean, I guess it was a good call. They saw that the rest of the Vici Gaming squad was coming. They just needed to get that kill and back out as quickly as possible. Shaman was like, I'll put down the Serpent Wards. Surely we can get a fight going, but unfortunately, Yang has not had an opportunity to use his Primal Sword for anything. He'll see Old 11, but he will zoop out, and he has his Rod of Atos completed now.
Got the rod, and this is been a quiet game. Only 5-3, 2,000 net worth lead for Vici. And both teams seeming a little hesitant to fight, but they also want to keep the map open for their position ones. With the Medusa moving around, farming the jungle, trying to get these stacks, and Terrorblade farming his lanes and finding himself a man style already, sitting at about 9,000 net worth.
Yeah, except this game I have more faith in. Oh, Kaka is walking inside of a sentry range, but it's out of range now. And he will be under true sight, but Husker does not pursue it. I have more faith in the Terrorblade that I did of the Alchemist in the previous game is now.
Yang.
He's trying to get this bounty run. And he does.
Anybody might even just primal split and look to fight.
Oh, he didn't
get the TPing out underward though.
He doesn't cancel it with either of his cancels. Instead, they go for the next assassin.
We get Spike characters on multiple heroes. The Sleight of Fist Searing Chains comes through. Kaka surviving for now. Perfect Flames will ultimately die. Borrow time is popped, but it was a primal split that looked like it could have gotten more. Had a lot of potential, and kind of fizzled out once they didn't get the TPing underward. They have the Hex on the Medusa with Shackle of Dark.
A Spike Shield, though.
Aquatic Shield. And now the TP in from Ember.
Yeah, not the best use of a primal split, and hopefully they can get this bot tier 1 as a
have to be careful. The Ember taking a lot of damage, and they just getting the Ember too. So if it's in the rain away just in time, Paparazzi was laying in the hurt.
Poor Fate. He was dying for the cause, and there was no cause to die for. His Ember just narrowly gets out.
5,000 net worth lead. Vici feeling very comfortable. Paparazzi feeling very comfortable. As I say that, over top, he's been stunned. He's coming over.
Sunder. He has a wand, though.
Just 9 charges, too.
Sunder?
And there's the Sunder, but the Spike Carapace coming in. Got Yang. He doesn't have final split for 4 seconds. White does have the false promise.
Scan whiffs. Nyx Assassin manages to get a bounty run that should have been taken a minute and a half ago, so Aka's getting so much work done. And they're going for Roche? Ori going in for this. And I don't know if Nyx Assassin suspects anything. He's in
Courier spots Kaka.
Yeah, he sees the courier. And man, Ori is really low.
Just to be careful, Spike Carapace pop. There's the impale on to this broom from Kaka.
They're coming.
Yeah, we're in trouble. Surviving the arm toggles in. Eventually will fall pin mounts as well as the Rod of Atos, the Mystic Snake throw.
Oh,
5 heroes
so low.
the Fire and Roche. Yeah, right for the Pagan. Can they even get in on this? They have primal split, maybe, but they're just gonna let it go.
Yeah, they don't have meta. If they had
unfortunate.
meta, they would have gone for it, but meta's still on cooldown for another 20 seconds. They just have to stand there and watch. It was a little bit suspicious that I think Huskar had it was like a sunk cost fallacy at that point, because he was like, everyone knows I'm doing this, but I can't leave now. I might as well just finish it, and I could probably kill it in time. He took it down to like a quarter HP. At that point, the enemy team can either take it from you or you're gonna take it before they show up. So he just went for it, goes down, and that's a huge setback for him, though. Aegis goes the way of the Medusa, and she's at a stage where she's willing to do something with this Aegis. This isn't just like a passive farming Aegis, this is like a let's go take objectives Aegis, because they have not taken a single tower yet. That needs to change soon.
Try to fit Searing Chains onto the Brewmaster. He's rooted up. Spike Carapace comes out, but the dust is on to the Nyx Assassin. 4 heroes trying to run before it in onto Yang.
Well, they have meta up, but the problem is you're fighting into an Aegis Medusa now.
He might even just try to wait out that Aegis for this butterfly.
Yeah,
Not too far away from it.
Stacking these ancients for him. And yet, even with that, Paparazzi still has like a solid 2k net worth advantage, but most of that is probably coming from the towers, as like I said. Dire have yet to take a single tower, and 11 is not going to be able to TP out bot lane.
Big stack here for Yi.
wow, everyone TP's bot. And down goes the Underlord.
They get another kill on old 11. It's the fourth time he's up. It's been a while since his last death, which was earlier in the laning phase.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
They
devoured.
can proceed up this tier 2 if they want. They have wards from the Shadow Shaman, they have meta available. And they're smoking up.
Find the right position, they can kill Dark, and then from there,
Dark is the
potentially
last
get a
person
tower.
to find. It would take way too
You'd
long
be
to kill this
attacking the gang.
borrowed
Bottom
time.
tower is under attack.
And there's the impale that hits onto the Oracle. It'll be okay. They pressure back Vici. We're unable to make much progress on the tier 2 tower. Keen Gaming actually potentially looking to fight.
I feel like Vici are making this more complicated than they needed to. Like, just go down the lane, activate meta, use Serpent Words. You have a Primal Split as well, so even though there is a Medusa with an Aegis, just, you know, Cyclone her. Don't even, just ignore her completely. So they have all these cooldowns available, and they're not using them. They're just giving more and more time to this Medusa. And I'm pretty sure that Yi will be able to outscale Terrorblade fairly soon. She's been, you know, consistently like 2k net worth behind, but I don't know. I think a butterfly or the Sky on her is a bigger spike than the butterfly of the Terrorblade.
Butterfly is here for the TV. Firestorm comes out. They are starting to pressure with these illusions, but again, it's this kind of poke and prod from Vici in the bottom lane so far. Not really fully committed. Well, he's got the Heaven's Halberd too, so maybe that's the item they could have been waiting for. As 5, you know, have that Halberd, put it on the Medusa.
Yeah, I suppose. And then they can, you know, instead use the Cyclone on Old Chicken. It's just that they have so many tools, and they're not taking advantage of them.
Been a tough game in terms of finding that competence to fight from
Yeah.
both teams.
Exactly.
Is it because a fight, even one fight at this point in the game, if it were to go wrong for Vici, is it just so costly that they might be a little hesitant?
That's the other thing. I don't think that's the case, because Keen don't have like a super strong push like a Terrorblade where you just win a fight and then immediately you can just mow down like 2 lanes. That is not really how Keen Gaming's team operates. Yeah, Keen Gaming are more slow burn, you know, let this Alchemist, let this Ember Spirit farm up with his Maelstrom, get a lot of Sleight of Fist farming done in the jungle, keep stacking up for this Medusa. She's basically like 70 gold away from her Scotty being completed. Whereas Vici Gaming can get objectives done very, very quickly. And they're also very dependent on making sure that the enemy team doesn't have BKBs. Because once BKBs come out, then a lot of Vici Gaming becomes useless. Shadow Shaman loses a lot of his efficacy. So does the Brewmaster as well. And a lot of the damage coming from the Huskar, like a lot of it is from the Burning Spears, him being able to get a disarm off before people are BKBing. I don't know. A Huskar is not a hero that you want to have to be like, okay, yeah, 40 minutes, now it's the time for Huskar. It's usually 20, 30 minutes that is Huskar's prime time.
Tower is under attack.
It seems like Vici have timed up the status, so they spoke almost immediately on it being reclaimed. They'll head over towards bottom where they know the Medusa's been farming majority of the time. They place ward over, and again, it's Dark who they find, who said who would really prefer not to find. Got the borrowed time popped, and the impale throwing at Faye, but it will force him to blink away. Dark back to full health, and again, they just don't find anything with it. Kaka able to move south, and Vici, I would say, at least for them, they didn't pop the
he's gonna
meta,
get
which is
evacuated.
nice. All the Ubers here.
Zoop! And another failed invasion by Vici Gaming, buying yet more time for Keen Gaming. I don't know. I don't know why they're not just grouping up around a tower. They seem so intent on being like, we gotta get a pick off first. I refuse to take a tower if we don't get a pick off. And Shaman has had Serpent Wards on cooldown. I mean, on the bright side, he's gonna have level 12 Serpent Wards probably by the time that he actually casts it, and then it'll be off cooldown. But, I don't know. They're being so apprehensive. A lot of faith in Paparazzi's Terrorblade, I suppose. That he will carry you, no matter how late the game goes.
And going into the Satanic, he's farmed quite a bit. He's still just 2,000 net worth ahead of the Medusa, who's going into the MK or the BKB. We'll see which one he chooses to go for first. Kaka spots Yang, and they've got the sentry down. Spike Carapace used preemptively. Blink, Thunderclap in between 4 heroes. That's the primal spin off, and now the Serpent Wards are dropped down with the Rod being thrown with the Shadow Shaman. Impale will follow it up. So the Shackle is no longer there onto the Medusa. Spike Carapace on a Paparazzi. He's used this Metamorphosis. He's committed. And Vici, they're again a little bit hesitant to go all in and back off. They'll lose Yang.
They lose Yang, they lose their Serpent Wards, they lose Metamorphosis as well, and at the minimum Vici are gonna get 3 bounty runes. Paparazzi, let's see if he goes to the high ground for the 4th one. Oh, okay, no, he's not going to. He's gonna send an illusion? No, he's not. Yeah, so that is, oh man, and now Kaka wants to find stuff. And they could go on this. Old Chicken is eager to help out.
Spike
And they're gonna kill his Shaman.
Hex comes out, Shadow Shaman, Shackle onto the next Assassin. Fortune Zen will hit both of them.
They still want to fight. The rest of the team
Really
is coming.
tough.
Oracle's gonna die.
DY. He's dead, and now they'll go after Ori. They're continuing to chase. Old Chicken moves forward. He's got the Medusa bomb.
The Vendetta
Coming
break,
in, searing chains, and Ori moving back. In this tier 2, the false promise comes in from the buying back Oracle. Now they're trying to turn it around. Road time is popped on Dark. He's trying to get out. Old 11, the Uber's been called and gets everybody out of there. Get in, get out of here.
That's the Uber pool right there. It could have got a lot worse. Huskar managed to be able to life break after the Vendetta break connected, so he dispelled the break. And it got him just enough time that Oracle was able to get the false promise on him. But he was very, very close to dying. And it's just gonna get harder and harder for Vici Gaming. The window is closing for them to be able to outskill this Medusa. You saw how long she was inside a Serpent Ward trap with a Metamorphosis Terrorblade with Mantis Style Illusions wailing on her, but she already picked up her Scotty. She already has such a high mana pool that the Terrorblade couldn't burn through it in time. And she's about to hit level 20, have a Mystic Snake cooldown talent most likely. Rod almost connects on the Brewmaster, but he gets out. And Roche is gonna respawn in 45
the paparazzi
seconds.
took in that little tree area. Seemed a little bit odd. He was over very far to the right.
When are you referring to?
In the mid fight. Shackle out. On to the Underlord. The pit mounts will be dropped as Ori jumps in, trying to get the kill. The Stone Gaze will be used. Paparazzi with Metamorphosis, but he's turned to stone, just like the ELO song, and now surrounded with the Searing Chain. Sun comes through, but it doesn't give him a line. Manta, and will end up falling to E, so they get the kill on the Terrorblade. It's the first time it's been a full-out fight from Paparazzi, and he dies.
I feel like he targeted that Sunder like
Radiant structures are fortified.
way earlier than it ended up being cast, because I don't know why you wouldn't just use it on the Medusa. Unless if you thought that he had a Lincoln's or something, but she doesn't. She's not even like building it. So not that it would have mattered, he was gonna die regardless, but whatever the case, this Medusa is taking no damage whatsoever in any of these fights. I think it's just in Brewmaster's best interest to Cyclone her. Forget about, oh wow, Nyx says it as an Aghanim Scepter. Forget about trying to deal with her just like initiating, because no matter how good your initiation is, you're not going to be able to burn through all of her mana shield and all of her HP. It's just way too much. So just get rid of her for the early half of the fight, let the Terrorblade and the Huskar bully someone else like the Ember Spirit, and then worry about killing off the Medusa after the rest of her team is dead.
Now Medusa with an Aegis.
And Ember with, or wait, who took the cheese?
Underlord.
Oh, Underlord took the cheese, okay. I'm sure he's probably just keeping it for now. You'll give that to the Medusa eventually.
We'll see if he holds it. He's going for Heaven's Halberd too.
Oh, the Courier gets shielded. Fire's gonna be able to, nope, never mind. Rip.
Demon Edge
That
on it too.
was the MKB, I believe. Yeah, that was Medusa's MKB.
Finishing touches on it.
Well, minor setback, but Keen Gaming are still in an amazing position right now.
Up to only 2,000 net worth, but again, we've seen these fights, the hesitancy coming from Vici, and Keen Gaming taking full advantage. Now ahead, just a slight bit, but with an Aegis in their hands. And the few fights that Vici have looked like they were going to come up the victors, wonder where's there.
Yep.
Liverpool comes in. Pin of Malice.
Rod.
Got the rod, and Ori in a lot of trouble. The fortune's in. Stonegaze used Paparazzi thinking about going in, as Ori needs to try and find an escape, but DY already dead, so no false promise. That's putting Ori in a lot of trouble.
Yo, these armlet
Still
toggles.
alive. Yeah, he's toggling amazingly. The impale comes through, Dark coming in, and now he's got the bar at the top. Ori finally falls. Sunder through onto the Ember, but the impale again stunning up Paparazzi. The Manta will be used. He's out of mana, out of health. 4 euros dead. Looking possibly like a fifth in the impale once more from Kaka. Keen Gaming with the full team light. Lose nothing.
Kaka is absolutely. They didn't use the shrine. The shrine was there the entire time. They didn't even need to activate it. Kaka's absolutely my MVP for this game. His laning phase, being able to weave in and out, help out his Medusa, but not take too much away from her in terms of experience was great. He's been able to get so many setups. And even in game 1, he was doing such a good job carapacing the Alchemist's Radiance. So, I don't know, Kaka is absolutely been phenomenal for Keen Gaming.
Hashtag Kaka for MVP vote.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And this Huskar is looking like utterly useless. It was really stylish, his armlet toggles, and maybe once he completes the Satanic, the status resistance will be useful enough. But both him and the Terrorblade are really banking on that status resistance, winning them the game. They may not have enough time though, as they are proceeding at high ground. And another route into Rod, and another route into Impale.
Just seemed like by the time they wanted to do something on Vici, Huskar wasn't really the important target for Keen. It was just take the Terrorblade, everything else will fall over once we do. And that is a long range stun onto this Shadow Shaman to get the kill on a Fade. Dead for 44. They got the tier 3. And he does have buyback. They don't have Metamorphosis for 47 seconds. The hit of Malice and then the Rod of Atos. Again, and the Searing Chains. You're not allowed to go far.
Radiant's middle
Take the mid center act.
And they are still
Very
basically
easily.
full everything, so they will continue. As they almost get the Rod onto December, they will take this tier 2 bot though. The top lane still has a tier 1 remaining, and Yang has split. Really does not want to have to use it here. He may just die inside of it. The Medusa does so much
Comes
damage.
out anyway.
They kill the
Already
potential
taking out 2
Aegis.
bears.
Oh, and the carapace on the life break, so even the Huskar can't do anything.
Ori trying to come in, save Yang. False promise, ain't alive for a little bit longer. The Stone Gaze is used. He's turned to stone, so he's not really looking anybody. The Metamorphosis will be used by Paparazzi. Again, now out of mana. DY falls. Ori's going to be next to drop. And then Yang falls, and he is called 2-0 for Keen Gaming. Congratulations. You're going to Disneyland.
Wow.
Dire's top tower
Paparazzi gets one vengeance kill at the 11th hour, but it's too little too late. What an actually, this game I think is more on Vici Gaming. Vici handed this game to Keen. Kaka played amazingly, but at the same time, Vici